weren't really on the NFL radar as much. And known as, of course, a great athlete coming in. And now, by the end of the season, you look like maybe the best player in the league. Talk about that.
You know, it's crazy. You live in a right now media, so it's all about what you're doing right now. And my team put me in a good spot to help us get out there nationally. Not only myself, but Baylor University. So that's how it happens. Sometimes other players who go to the bigger programs will get that spotlight just because they're at that program. So sometimes you can go unnoticed, but to me it just makes you work a lot harder to get what you're going to get.
Talk about leading this Baylor team into a pretty big bowl game. Of course, you played at a school without a lot of history of football success.
Oh, it's been great. I was here when we didn't have all the nice facilities, and we were a 4-8 football team. But to see us grow the way we have, to become a 9-3 football team, and really have an opportunity to win 10 games for the first time since the 80s, I think. So it's huge, and whenever you can take something from it and build it from the ground up, it looks really good.
I know you haven't made your decision whether to go pro or not yet. Would you like to announce that you're going pro right now?
No, I'm not going to make that announcement.
Promise we won't tell anybody.
I'm sure. No, it's just, that's a tough decision right now. I just want to focus on being a Baylor Bear, got a bowl game, and just cherish every moment of that. That way, you never regret anything. At the end of the year, I can make a decision to leave the state.
Are you going to go through the process and find out maybe where you would potentially be picked, the draft evaluation, that sort of thing?
I haven't decided. I talked to my parents, and we're not really sure. A lot of times you send those papers in, a lot of times you're saying, "Hey, I'm leaving." So I just go with what's being said, talk to coach about it, and then see what happens.
Regardless whether it's 2012 or 2013, is your goal to play in the NFL?
I think every kid's goal is to play in the NFL. There's a lot of dreamers out there that want to be professional athletes. So the way I look at it is you got to have plan A and plan B. My plan A is taking care of my grades and getting my degrees, and plan B is the NFL. But plan B can overtake plan A if they come knocking at your door. Because who are you to turn down the NFL?
Really? What do you bring to an NFL team? I assume whether it's this year or next year. If I was an NFL GM with the first overall pick, why should I take Robert Griffin?
I hate these questions because I just don't like talking about myself in that way. But just revolutionize the quarterback position, and Cam Newton starting it, and hopefully I can continue to carry that flag and make it my own. Just with the ability to run the ball and throw the ball, with the tops in the nation. Since I do lead the NCAA in passing efficiency, it's just something the NFL has never really seen, and it'd be great to have it there.
Is Cam a guy you kind of emulate being after? I know he's only 1 year ahead, basically.
Not really. I try to take bits and pieces from everybody's game. Cam Newton, the one thing he does do is play with a lot of excitement and a lot of confidence. You got Peyton Manning with his play action and the fast pace that he plays with, and how Tom Brady stands tall in the pocket. So you just take all those things, you try to add them, and just use your own thing, because everybody does things differently. You report differently than anybody else in your something. How you doing? So you just try to make it your own thing, and that's what I try to do.
I know you don't like to talk about yourself. Talk about your wide receiver, Kendall Wright, big time prospect.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think he should be here with us because he's one of the best players in the nation, and he's always been an under the radar guy, kind of like I've been for most of my career. And it makes you, like I said, it makes you work harder. We came in together. I got one more game with him that's guaranteed. You never know if we'll play in the NFL together, but I'm going to make the most of that because Kendall Wright's a great player. A smaller guy that plays like a big guy. So,
how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
And on TV, you looked the part, and you obviously weren't on everybody's NFL radar at the beginning of the season. I started paying more attention a little bit later on. And I was amazed at the arm strength. It looks like you can spin as well as some of the guys you mentioned, like Peyton Manning, even Aaron Rodgers. Talk about that.
Yeah, throwing's always been something that's overlooked with me just because of my ability to run. So, when you do sit back and watch the film, you can see that I do have a strong arm, but you have to know how to use it. There's times to throw it as hard as you possibly can, and there's times to use touch. And I try to do that with my receivers. And they say I throw harder in practice than I do in the game. But sometimes that's just because you get so amped up in the games. If you just unleash, a lot of times you'll be inaccurate. So I do have a strong arm, and I take pride in being a quarterback, and that involves throwing the football.
If I had to put one game on this year, one game tape, what's Robert Griffin's best game?
I mean, you can just watch all the national televised games because TCU, Oklahoma, Texas, and then the one game that people probably won't watch is the Kansas game. To me, that was a great team game, not only for myself but for everybody. And we showed up in big times this year and finished the season strong at 5-0. So, I mean, you can take the pick, but if you had to pick 3 or 4, it'd probably be those 4.